some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword. Join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a gnoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over.
Just a quest and you know I'm hooked. If we forget, we'll check the handbook and it's okay. Stay. It might take hours to kill this dragon, but don't you wanna be the champions when we play? This game, it warms my heart. Choose who we are and then we play the party. Let's dungeon crawl. Now I'm looking deadly with a +1 roll and I'm on the job. Magic items in every shop.
So let me win you over, grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword. Join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a gnoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over. Please don't let the game be over. Please don't let the game be over. So let me win you over, grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword. Join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a gnoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over. Please don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Don't let the game be over.
Please 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 don't let the game be over. Please let me win you over. Grab some dice, grab some dice, grab some.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
Stay in the wild alone, no need for a crew. I've got my flaws and bonds and wish you well on your way. Wait, could I extend a quest full of mayhem? There is something dangerous in the plan. This game, it warms my heart, proved in the fire as our walls break down. And the years of brawls, every level better as we raise the bar. And I'm on the job. Magic items in every shop. So let me win you over, grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword. Join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a gnoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game
know I'm hooked. If we forget, we'll check the handbook and it's okay. Stay. It might take hours to kill this dragon, but don't you wanna be the champions when we play? This game, it warms my heart. Choose who we are and then we play the party. Let's dungeon crawl. Now I'm looking deadly with a +1 roll, and I'm on the job. Magic items in every shop.
So let me win you over. Grab some dice, become a hoarder. Gather paper and a sword. Join with our crew, kill beholders. From the tavern on the corner to a battle. I know I died, caught terrifying glimpses, and I'm not right. Awake without the breath of life, cold and empty. Rage now fuels these bones that move me otherworldly. 'Cause I can't breathe, you owe me an eternal sleep, a rest from numb and hungry. 'Cause I don't breathe, an eternal freak. You get what you reap. Revenge is all I seek. A lunar hike, no petty mortal hands can undermine my silhouette wrapped in spine. Cold and empty, rage now fuels these bones that move me. 'Cause I can't breathe, you owe me an eternal sleep, a rest from numb and hungry. 'Cause I don't breathe, an eternal freak. You get what you reap. Revenge is all I seek.
And then I woke up. And the only thing more terrifying than waking up and realizing you can no longer breathe is realizing you no longer have to.
'Cause I can't breathe, you owe me an eternal sleep, a rest from numb and hungry. 'Cause I don't breathe, an eternal freak. You get what you reap. Revenge is all I breathe. You owe me an eternal sleep, a rest from numb and hungry. 'Cause I don't breathe, an eternal freak. You get what you reap. Revenge is all I seek.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. It's been a while. As always, my name is Ren, aka Wrenound, and we are back with more Art of Resistance. How are y'all doing? I have an amazing cast of super awesome players here. We're going to go through, do some brief introductions. They're going to introduce themselves, introduce their characters, and then we'll get into a little bit of a recap of what we're up to last game. This time, let's start with Shep.
Oh gosh, hi, hello, hi. My name is Shepard, also known as Druid Geek, also known as GGO1. You can find me on the TikToks, on the YouTubes, on the Blue Sky. And we're here, I'm playing Leah Frenrue, the slight mad scientist, slight confused little guy. Also, right now, angry little guy. And just as a reminder for all the people out there, please hydrate. Please hydrate yourselves. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Let's go to Mark J next. That's true. Thank you so much. And we're gonna see just what, maybe a little bit of what that means for our friend Tange. Next up, Mara.
This game it warms my heart.
Hi. First, I have to do something terribly annoying. Tech, we have the background song audio from the intro still running. Thank you. That is said, hi, I'm Mara. I am playing Constance, the Spellslinger, and there will be no sacrifices today on my watch.
And Constance very much throughout this campaign has a "I'm not even supposed to be here today" energy. And we are for sure going to be learning more about Constance and why exactly they're here. Actually, I think pretty soon. And that leaves us with last, but most certainly not least, Selkie.
Hello, I'm Selkie Cove. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Selkie Cove, and now in a lot more places, actually. I have grown, I have expanded. I am a model, actress, TTRPG player, singer now, which is weird, nerd. I do all the things. But yeah, currently I'm booking for photo shoots, so if you want to book one with me, let me know. My schedule's almost full. Anyway, outside of that, I play Ven. I'll get out of Oz, but Ven, who's just here. Just a little guy. Totally alive. Totally has been alive for a while.
And that is entirely untrue. To recap what we learned last game, in order to try to get assistance from the local regency within Wrenound Quarter, our group of adventurers identified one thing they desperately needed. They needed evidence that the soon-to-be risen to power Lord of House Carnijos was in fact actually a very bad fucking person. And so, in order to do that, they needed evidence of a crime. And evidence of a crime they did in fact find. The corpse of Ven. In a well, deep beneath the over-under, they came across Ven's body. Ven's final resting place. Which answers just as many questions as it creates. As Ven is standing there looking at their own body. However, there was no time to really investigate further. As the group was beginning to figure out what they can do, come to terms with the situation and how exactly they're going to get this body out of here. Franz Hellebeck, the right-hand man of Azrael Carnijos, who has helped to spin a lot of these things in motion, arrived. For those of you who've been following along, as you may have noticed, we are one player short. I did want to take a moment to just express how much I appreciate Omega Jones and everything that they brought to the character Angelo St. James and to this game. Right now, you can follow him on basically every social media as Crit Bard, and you should, goddammit. Because they make really awesome content. They're doing a bunch of Magic the Gathering stuff right now. They're in some other games right now. So you should definitely go and follow their content. As the last game ended, as people were coming out of the well, and Angelo leaves the well and sees Franz. As Franz goes to start to make the snarky that you have fallen into my trap all along speech, Angelo charges in to attack Franz. When Franz moves in a way that is not exactly human. The body and torso and limbs seem to stretch and move in a way that is not quite right. Still, Angelo keeps up with Franz, and after a quick series of parries and ripostes, Franz, who has now drawn a very long sword, freezes with a hand deep in his chest. And as Angelo is reaching into him, there's a sound of something breaking on the floor. And Angelo looks down, and you hear, "No." And in a poof, Angelo's gone. For those of you who are magically inclined, please roll weird.
Crystal gem the whole time.
14.
Oh, that's enough.
Ten.
Yeah, a 10 will do it too. So what you know of Angelo now is Angelo is not from here. Angelo was a demon, angel, something of that nature. And that would generally mean that Leo had to be summoned here. And from the acrid smell of brimstone that fills the air as the bottle breaks, you know that when someone is bound, they have to be bound to something in this material plane in order for them to maintain that contact. It's usually part of a contract when those things are done. Most demons will require specific things to be bound to. And while you don't know those details, it is very clear that that bottle was the object. And now that Franz broke it, Angelo is not here. Angelo has returned. However, you do see, in the same way that you saw that overwhelming shadow appear behind Angelo numerous times, you can see the shadow of Angelo like trying to rip and pull at Franz, who stretches up and cracks their neck and focuses back on the rest of you. That would be one down. They raise their hand, and the crossbow, the armed guards with crossbows, they reach up their wrist and they pull so they have the crossbow in hand. They pull down it, and the black bolts come directly from their flesh. And they load their crossbows. This all happens in maybe a few moments. There were some people still in the well. There were some people out of the well. There were some people climbing out of the well. Let's do a head count and see just kind of where everyone's at while all this is going on. Let's start with probably, I mean, maybe the most traumatized by all of this? Maybe close? It's really hard to tell. Everyone's really, really traumatized right now. Let's just start with Ven. Ven, what's Ven up to?
Died ages ago, you get used to it. Ven is still in the well. Ven at the time hadn't left the well as of yet. And the last thing that Ven really did was just basically like, really? I can't even visit my corpse in peace? Like, are you fucking serious?
Fair.
My resting place. Not yours. Mine.
Okay, you do have a few minutes. So what would Ven be doing with that? Well, not minutes, but like in this little bit of time between the obnoxious evil talking and the little bit of a scrap that happened.
You'd think there'd be more to do with your corpse. But truthfully, a lot of what you can do when you're faced with your own death, when you're faced with your own mortality, and then the questions that brings up that you don't even have answered, is stare. It's a lot of staring, a lot of processing. It's mixed emotions. It's in part relief because finally other people know what happened. And then it's also grief because, oh, other people know what happened. It's more real now. It's dread because they don't know when they could poof out of existence, if they will at all. It's a lot of emotions, but it really just comes out in silent staring.
And you said Ven is totally comfortable with this and not traumatized at all.
Yeah.
Of course. Same. All right. Okay, so next, let's go over to Tange.
I think I was at the top of the well. I hadn't gone down. I haven't seen Ven. I've heard all of my friends down there kind of lamenting and talking about it. But I am being confronted by our bad guy, Hollaback girl. And I am just, like, pissed. I'm angry. Like, this guy is a thorn in my side. I don't want to rush in right now because my friends are still down there. But I am pulling out my weapon and getting ready to charge.
Okay, you are gearing up for combat. Excellent. What is Constance up to?
I think I was the next closest to the top because I think if I recall correctly, I was alerting to the fact that there were people coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I've now seen Angelo poof.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after seeing Ven. And I'm reeling. But now I've got a very present danger in front of me, and that's about all I can focus on. So I too am prepping to make sure that Hellebeck does not leave here consequence-free.
Love that. I love that.
So the ritual knife is coming out, and we are skipping pulling out the mandolin in favor of... You'll see.
All right. Leofum.
Leo just saw that their mentor, and that's someone incredibly close to them, has passed. Watching how that they mangled this person who's very close to them's corpse. How trying to process the amount of time that Ven would have had to spend knowing this knowledge and not be able to do anything about it is like black tears are starting to run. Like black is starting to overtake the sclera of the eyes. The needles in the fingernails are shooting out. And sparks are beginning to just come off from the mechanical bits of Leo. And with the one arm is kind of just flexing the knuckle, is looking up first at the corpse and then to Ven, and will say, "Even if the city burns, I will make sure your music rings out. That even when cinders turn to ash in their mouths, I'll make sure your song is heard." And is going to turn, still in the well, and is going to We're on a ladder, correct?
Yeah, you could be coming up heading up the ladder, yeah.
Is just almost Wolverine-like jumping up, and is not happy.
I think it's at this point that Ven would actually do something.
Okay.
And at this point, Ven would start off slowly walking to be right under the opening of the well, and then would open their wings with one flap to send them upwards. And as they get up over the well, they put one hand on Leo's shoulder. They put another on Constance's shoulder. And then they give this almost gentle smile towards Tange. And all they say is, make sure it's your song they hear first.
Wonderful. It sounds like we have a little bit of a turn order that we have kind of processed through. So, Tange, you're kind of at the front, and Hellebeck definitely kind of kind of addresses all of you with his eyes, and then zeroes in on you. They take their sword, they hold it in two hands, and they just smile at you. Come, young one, show me what you have.
That I'm gonna rush forward and attack. I know there's some like goons in the way, right?
The goons are behind Hellebeck.
Okay.
They're armed with crossbows, but you can definitely close an attack.
Then that's what I want to do.
Excellent. So, are you using just a? I do not remember if you have a different like a move with your kit, or if you're using the basic action to just start fighting this guy.
Let's see, I have a special weapon. It's basically like a meteor hammer. It's like a chain with a big heavy object at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And I do that. I like activate its magic, and the ball at the end of this chain starts to glow, and I spin it around.
Love that. And so you're gonna do a kick some ass move.
Yeah.
So you're gonna roll plus tough.
Okay. That is a 5, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 5.
That's on 2d6.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So
No, I'm sorry. I can't count 6. It's 6. Can't math. It's a Saturday.
you miss. You fire it out, and he just it's almost effortlessly just kind of parries it out of the way and steps forward towards you. No, you're not focused. You're gonna have to try harder than that. They don't swing at you, though. You get this sense that they are playing with their food a little here. I would like you to go ahead and take 1 again on your next attack, because you're being incensed.
One for my next attack.
Yeah. Constance, you are cooking.
Constance is incandescent with rage at the audacity of Hellebeck and at the events of the last few minutes, of the events of the last few years, of the events of the last as long as this has been going on. Just incandescent. And the thing about music and art is it's not just to be fun and feel pretty and bring joy. It's expression, right? And so Constance, ritual knife in hand, screams. A guttural, angry scream as she casts Force Wall. Behind Franz, separating all of the black flumes from the group. So this is going to be Force gives +1 armor to the wall, which is 1 harm, magic, barrier, close, 1 armor, so 2 armor altogether. Obvious, loud. So I'm gonna roll weird for my combat magic.
Do that.
That'll be a 13.
Okay. Your weapons, pick 3 options on the list below. So can you give me... So it is the wall, and then what were the other 2 options?
Force.
So it's wall, force.
Yeah,
so
and then
armor.
And then I don't get to pick, like, because I have ball and wall, I can only do ball or wall. You can only have 1 base. So...
Yeah.
And because I'm using force as a wall, it gets +1 armor instead of a +1 harm.
Sounds good. As you go to do that, you look up and you scream, and as the words kind of leave your lips, you then notice that the crossbow folks have had their weapons trained on you specifically. And as the sound goes out, they all fire in unison. And the wall goes up, not in time.
Okay.
You stand and you scream, and as the bolts get close, you see this gold light come from your clothes. Because you were stitching your clothes with magic. And it, instead of striking you with the solidity of something that would likely kill you, it mostly dissipates harmlessly before it even reaches you. Just the power of your scream resonating with the magic in the weave that you created is enough.
Okay.
The crossbow folks don't seem to quite understand what's happened with the wall, and they just reload. Next, we will go to Ven. Leo, then Ven, because Ven acted last.
Sure.
So there's a magical wall behind Hellebeck, separating the Hellebeck boy from the crossbowmen.
There we are. Sorry, my internet decided to choose violence at that very moment. Leo currently is snarling like they are currently not human. Sees Hellebeck and says, "You always had awful taste in music," and is going to run after. And so, where is Hellebeck in comparison to Tange and Constance right now?
So you're using a meteor hammer. So I imagine you're kind of at like mid-range. So maybe there's like 3 or so feet in between the two of you. Does that sound right?
three to five ish.
Yeah. So there's that distance, and so far I would say that Tange is the closest.
Gotcha.
Constance is kind of standing, I assume, closer to the well. So you were probably about the same distance Constance is, and I imagine there's about 3 feet, 3 to 5 between you folks and Tange, and then again from Tange to Hellebeck.
Fine. So Leo's going to start running with unnatural speed, keeping the claws out, and looks to go as if they're going to strike. So Hellebeck sees, and then is going to fake out and move to the other direction to try and swipe them along the back.
All right. That's a kick some ass roll.
Because I have something called the Big Whammy, I can use weird instead of tough.
Get it.
Ooh. Alright, that is going to be 12.
Oh, that is an excellent shot. So, so on a 10 plus, oh no, it's a 12 plus. So you hit them, and you get to pick an enhanced effect. Do you have the moves in front of you, or should I read them out?
Do not have the moves in front of me, I'm so sorry.
So you would hit them, they would take damage, and the enhanced effects are you completely hold the advantage, and all hunters involved in the fight get a +1. You would suffer no harm at all is a second option. The third option is your attack inflicts double the normal harm. The last one is not applicable, which is your attack drives the enemy away in a rout.
Gotcha. With the
Question.
state that Leo is... Oh,
What would happen if that were a 12 plus?
It is a 12 plus.
What?
It's
You said
already
it
a
was
12 plus.
10 plus.
Well, I mean, it's 10 plus because it's 12. I messed up. That was a me thing.
Cool.
Sorry.
Brain functioning.
Yeah, we're working on it.
I think Leo is in a state right now where they currently just want to cause the most damage as possible, because they cannot calm down right now. So it's just going to slash and tear into the side and say, "Over here." Can we curse on this channel?
Yeah, this is not a kid's show.
Get over here, you asshole! And it's going to just slash on the side.
So how much damage is that?
It is 2 harm close. 2 harm close, obvious, ignore armor.
Excellent. So as the claws strike, you notice that under like the kind of like seemingly loose clothes, there is plate armor. And you shred right through it. You don't see Hellebeck move, but you do feel something. It is. The sword is not even facing you. The sword is facing Tange, and they have not turned, but you are cut for 3 harm.
Gotcha. Woo! Okay. Will spit out some black ink and say, "Is that the best you've got?"
Oh, you want to see my best? Then.
Don't like the sound of that threat. And Ven really doesn't. So Ven's gonna take care of that. Ven is going to use you, me, dancing. On Hellebeck in particular.
Please
so-
remind me exactly how this works, because this is not
Of
in a
course.
book I have handy.
Your music is more than just catchy. Play a tune near an enemy and it may just start to dance. Roll plus charm. On a 10 plus, the enemy dances for you and is unable to attack. On a 7 to 9, the enemy's attacks are hampered but not stopped by the dancing. And on a miss, the enemy will become angry and target you. Reroll for each new song.
So, I will say, for Hellebeck, it is going to be a little bit harder to do.
No problem.
So I will say that Hellebeck will not attack on a 12 plus. However, the crossbow folks who need to try to figure out a way through that wall will be affected. Will be affected more so than usual.
Cool.
Since they are not like the primary focus of the dark energy here. Roll them bones.
So, I rolled a 6, but as was always the plan, I'm gonna use a point of luck to make that a 12.
Remind me how point of luck works?
Absolutely. Luck. When you spend a point of luck, pick one. Decrease a wound you have suffered to 0 harm. After you roll, retroactively change the result to a 12. When you have no luck left, bad things will happen to you.
I love that. Okay.
And... yeah.
Okay.
And the song that... what essentially starts happening is Ven starts kind of bopping along and smiles and goes, I don't really like you threatening my friends. I think you need to take a break. And is then going to start playing and singing Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter.
So, all of the crossbowmen fucking love it. So the crossbows are not physical crossbows. They're
To be clear,
extensions.
this was targeted at Hellebeck.
Oh, I'm aware.
Okay.
But this is a 12.
Okay.
I did say they would be affected more so should you hit the number, and you did. And I'm a being of my word. So their crossbows dissipate back into their bodies, and they start grooving behind the
crossbow
wall.
privileges.
They are just having a great time. Hellebeck is trying so hard not to give you the satisfaction, but cannot fucking stop themselves from dancing. And so they are moving, and it is the whitest white boy dad dancing you have ever seen. Just doing one of these, doing a little yeah, you know, Chef, doing a little sprinkler, and it is entirely despite himself. He is so fucking mad. And you see from that anger, Hellebeck seems to be losing form a little bit. There's something going on. And I guess that brings us back to top of order. Tange, Hellebeck is incapable of fighting back, and because he is stuck dancing like this at a 12, anything 10 and above immediately counts as a 12 and above.
Cool.
For this round of combat.
Yeah, I'm still gonna kick some ass. I'm gonna kind of spin the meter hand with the chain over my shoulder, under my leg, and then kick out, and the chain's gonna try and blast him in the face. Oh, that is plus 6 again. So with that, I'm gonna roll up.
You got a +1, so that's 7.
That was with the that was with the +1.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm not rolling that, but I'm gonna use a luck point and just mash luck for now.
All right. So that kicks up to a 12, correct?
That it does.
Okay. So you hit, you do damage, and you can either give all hunters +1 forward, your attack, or your attack does double damage.
I'm gonna do double damage.
Excellent. So
I'm channeling all of like my training as the one, all this childhood training to be this person, this thing that I never wanted to be. I'm just channeling all of that as I get to watch the attack.
all right. So how much damage does your weapon do again?
How do you know?
So as a chosen, when you I believe when you selected a weapon, it should have given you some details. I'm just checking really quick.
I know I get +1 for devastating.
Okay, so your form you pick chain, so it's +1 harm hand area, and you took devastating. Now, so that would be +2 harm. So you should have business. So the form is chain, and you should have business end, which should have 3 other options attached: spikes, artifact, blade, heavy, long, throwable, or chain.
I got artifact, long, and chain again.
Artifact, long, chain. Excellent. So it is a magic tag. So you are doing 2 magic, long, chain. Excellent. So because it is magic, it does deal additional damage against this target. So that's another 6 damage because it's double. Hellebeck does get hit directly in the face, but Hellebeck can't even stop smiling because you're making them dance with magic. They look unfazed, but that is because their face got mashed in and then immediately sprung back into place because there is something clearly wrong with Hellebeck's physiology. Next, Constance.
Remind me. Do I have to recast the wall to maintain it?
I believe you... I don't care. So, you can just take an action to maintain it. I'm not going to make you have to re-roll to recast it every turn, because that seems boring.
Okay. I just wanted to know if it was like a concentration rule, where if I switched to do a combat spell, if I dropped the wall. I'm fine with either way. Both make sense.
I feel like it would be exactly like concentration, in which you can cast other spells so long as those other spells also don't require concentration.
Okay, good, because this isn't going to take much brain power at all, because it's another bit of anger, but directed right at Hellebeck, because this is her opening. And she's going to cast a force ball right at his chest.
All right, roll them bones.
One of my dice hit the floor. I gotta re-roll it. Oh, it's gone. All right, goodbye.
Rip.
Okay, that is an 11.
Okay, so an 11. This is going to follow the same kick some ass rules as everyone else does, because that was a 12 on a Make Me Dance Forever rule. So it counts as being 12 plus. So you can either give everyone +1 forward. Your attacks can do double damage. It's up to you.
The temptation to do double damage is there, but every bit of empirical evidence I've seen so far suggests there's something else afoot. Right? Because, like, takes a meteor hammer to the face bounces back. There's something...
You can tell that it is doing damage. Hellebeck is hurting, but there's still something wrong with Hellebeck's physiology.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna... I'll do double normal harm. So, a force ball does 2 harm. Forceful. Magic. Area. Close. obvious, loud.
So it is a boom, especially within this enclosed area with a well. So loud that it, you know when there's a sound where like it hurts your ears and it's just under the threshold that you're like, this might be permanent. It is just a boom. And this time Hellebeck doesn't stand stable. This blast throws Hellebeck up against the force wall.
Ooh. Which means Hellebeck will take damage from contacting the force wall. 1 damage.
I mean, it's magical, so it's more than 1.
Okay. Well, some number of damage greater than 1.
It's another 8 damage.
Okay.
Hellebeck hits the force wall and kind of crumples down to the floor. And is like, can literally no longer physically dance. And is now like hands and knees on the floor, gripping the stone. One hand gripping the sword. And that's when you see it. You see the other hands reach out from behind the jacket. And it's 1 extra set, both holding swords. And then 2 more sets, both holding swords. And Hellebeck doesn't so much stand as completely reform in place. Molding into solid, inky blackness and then reforming in position. With the arms outstretched. And you hear in a voice that is not Hellebeck's. My turn. I would like everyone at once to please roll me and act under pressure. So that would be roll plus cool. And please take -1 forward. As this happens, you feel a presence that is unlike anything you've ever felt before.
Does the -1 apply to this roll or just forward?
Oh, this roll. It starts
cool.
with this roll.
No.
I'm gonna use a point of luck because that is a 1 with the -1, and
So that you're moving that to a 12 then.
yeah, baby's first luck point this game or campaign.
Yeah, that makes sense. What did everyone else get? Tange, you were muted. That was an 11.
I'm muted.
Or I couldn't hear you for some reason. Your mic didn't pick up.
Okay, yeah, rolled an 11.
An 11. Okay. Shep.
7 for
7.
Leo.
Okay.
What are we rolling one more time?
Act under pressure. Roll plus cool.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do something stupid.
Do it.
Roll a 2,
Oh, yeah.
so I got a 1. I'm keeping that 1. But what I'm doing is I'm using the help action, the help out move on Leo, just to make sure that Leo gets through.
Hold, please.
Holding.
I'm just trying to make sure that
I don't have
I am
anything to
doing
hold.
what I think I'm doing. Because I wrote this down, and I have this moment when I'm like,
Holding.
okay, so you are definitely holding that. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
so everyone who rolled below a 9 take 5 harm.
Hold on. I gotta give Leo the thing.
Is it too late to use a luck point?
You don't have to. Hold on.
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
helping you for a reason.
I appreciate you.
Cease.
Anyone who rolled below a 10 takes 3 harm. Anyone who
So-
rolled a 12 or above take 1 harm.
You're at a 10 now. Because I have an extra little ability, because helping hand, when you successfully help out another hunter, they get +2 instead of the usual 1.
Thank you.
Go live your dreams.
How much for 10 and above?
That was 3 for 10 to 11, and 12 and above is a 1.
Okay.
That was a lifesaver. Oh my gosh.
And what
Hellback,
is 1?
5.
Okay, thank you.
So Hellebeck, all of these hands kind of head out, and it seems as if Hellebeck is just fired out of a cannon. The speed at which they move through you all, and the swords just sing through the air. And now the being that stands behind you all is no longer Franz Hellebeck. Hellebeck was incredibly tall. This person is more of a regular stature, probably around 6'8", and is wearing very, very old Le Traviette Lord's garb. Something that is maybe hundreds and hundreds of years old. Their face looks as if it is blasted with deep, weeping scars of black. And as they turn, as this black kind of like weeps down their face, they smile. And as they smile, the black kind of like billows forth from their mouth. In this moment, it holds its hand out. And you can see now that Hellebeck's body, whatever this form is, it seems to be degrading quickly. Almost as if whatever has stepped into Hellebeck's body is forcing it to decay. And it reaches out at Tange. With an open, weaponless hand.
Is it attacking me or is it just reaching out?
It is merely reaching out to you.
I see. It's not my turn, is it? It's not my turn.
Oh, at this, so we are kind of outside of the concept of turns.
Okay. Gotcha.
Hellebeck, for all intents and purposes, defeated. And so you all can interact with this however you would like.
Quickly, before anyone does anything, Leo is going to use one of their abilities to use Jinx. You can encourage coincidences to occur the way you want it. When you roll Jinx a target, roll plus weird on a 10+, hold 2, 7 to 9, hold 1. And I want to see if I can possibly Jinx Hellebeck and or help one of our allies.
Okay.
That's a 9, so I hold 1. Well, actually, no, I didn't add. That's an 11. Yeah. Um, so I can hold 2. I'm going to help a hunter by giving them +1 forward. So I'm going to give that to Tange. And I am going to, for the second one, interfere with what a monster minion or bystander is trying to do. So I'm placing myself in between this monster and Tange, but not in a way that it's blocking, just like kind of off to the side, ready for whatever happens.
It continues to deteriorate.
Leo, you don't know what this thing is. Everyone get behind me. I'll handle it. And I kind of brandish my weapon again.
Sorry,
I
Tange.
want to investigate a mystery. Is what I want to do.
All right. Do that thing.
Because even though I want to kill it, I still want to know what is this.
Roll sharp.
Sharpness. Not sharp at all. A little bit. And I have +1, so that's a 10. Thanks for that +1 forward.
Excellent. So on a 10 plus, you hold 2 from this list.
I am going to ask, what was it going to do? And what sort of creature is it?
Excellent. You have had numerous brushes with deific power. You've had numerous brushes with this dark energy. This is the source of the black ink. Whatever this creature is before you, this is the deity from which the black ichor has sprung. And you know this unequivocally at this point. Now, what is it going to do?
Yeah.
There's this moment where you make eye contact with it. And you're kind of locking eyes. And you get this distinct sense that it wants to give you something powerful. That it has something to give you. Something that is promised to you. And in this moment of indecision, Hellebeck's body completely gives out and crumples to the floor, and the black ichor seeps through the stone and is gone. And with that, we're going to take our first break, everybody. Remember, folks, you have a body. It is not filled with black ichor and decaying, probably. So you need to take care of it. Drink water, get up, stretch. Take care of yourself. I'm going to take 2 very adorable puppies out, and we'll see you all back here really soon. Bye-bye.
same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
Stay in the wild alone, no need for a crew. I've got my flaws and bonds and wish you well on your way. Wait, could I extend a quest full of mayhem? There is something dangerous in the plan. This game, it warms my heart, proved in the fire as our walls break down, and the years of brawls, every level better as we raise the bar, and I'm on the job. Magic items in every shop, so let me win you over. Grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword, join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a knoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over.
You suggest a quest and you know I'm hooked. If we forget, we'll check the handbook and it's okay. Stay. It might take hours to kill this dragon, but don't you wanna be the champions when we play? This game, it warms my heart. Choose who we are and then we play the part. And let's dungeon crawl. Now I'm looking deadly with a +1 all, and I'm on the job. Magic items in every shop.
So let me win you over. Grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword, join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a knoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over. Please don't let the game be over. Please don't let the game be over. So let me win you over. Grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword, join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a knoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over. Please don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Don't let the game be over.
Please 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 don't let the game be over. Please let me win you over. Grab some dice, grab some dice, grab some.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
alone, no need for a crew. I've got my flaws and bonds and wish you were on your way. Wait, could I extend a quest full of mayhem? There is something dangerous in the plan. This game warms my heart, proved in the fire as our walls break down, and the years of brawls, every level better as we raise the bar, and I'm on the job. Magic items in every shop. So let me win you over, grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword, join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a knoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over.
You suggest a quest and you know I'm hooked. If we forget, we'll check the handbook and it's okay. Stay. It might take hours to kill this dragon, but don't you wanna be the champions when we play? This game, it warms my heart. Choose who we are and then we play the party. Let's dungeon crawl. Now I'm looking deadly with a +1 roll, and I'm on the job. Magic items in every shop.
So let me win you over, grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword, join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a knoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over. Please don't let the game be over. Please don't let the game be over. So let me win you over, grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword, join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a knoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over. Please don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Don't let the game be over.
Please 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 don't let the game be over. Please let me win you over. Grab some dice, grab some dice, grab some.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
Stay in the wild alone, no need for a crew. I've got my flaws and bonds and wish you were on your way. Wait, could I extend a quest full of mayhem? There is something dangerous in the plan. Scheming warms my heart, proved in the fire as our walls break down. And the years of brawls, every level better as we raise the bar. And I'm on the job, magic items in every shop. So let me win you over, grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword, join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a knoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over.
And we are back. Thank you, folks, for taking care of yourselves. You're the only you that we have. I want you to
Just a
take care of.
question you
All right. So, folks, as where we left off, this form in front of you dissipates through the floor, leaving just some remnants of what was once Hellebeck. A monocle, sword sheath, tattered old clothes. As you turn around, you see that the dancing black ooze continues to work that shit out as they sink into the floor and dissipate permanently.
I drop my weapon and I try to jump on to wherever that goo just went into the floor. But no! What were you? Who were you?
As you reach down, you grab at the remnants of what looks like a notebook.
Hell is this? Can I open the notebook?
As you start flipping through it, it's like a journal. A lot of it seems to be like Hellebeck's, consider it a to-do list. The things that Hellebeck had been planning all of this time, which included using Angelo to get a hold of the tome of the Nine-Racked Heart, the working to help bring the cult together around you. And in the notes on that subject, there seems to be references to a few individuals. There's clearly notes about Azrael. There are notes referring to you. And then there's notes referring to him. And it's him, it is always capitalized. And it is used interchangeably with an uppercase letter M. And it references that a proper vessel for him must be found and must be molded perfectly. Oh, okay, yeah. It seems like we're having some audio issues. We're sorry, everyone. We're working on that delayed echo.
From
Is it an individual? Echo.
So it's echoing everyone. So I think you have Discord outputting twice.
Apparently, D6 the silly. Hi, thanks. Can only hear it when I'm speaking? Which is particularly odd because my mic is all the way over there.
Okay, because I can hear myself twice.
Interesting. Tech, do you want me to go ahead and disconnect and reconnect to see if that helps? Okay. Well, we're
Team,
gonna.
do you have Twitch open in a browser? Unmuted.
Are we on break?
Team, do you have Twitch open in a browser? Unmuted.
Okay. No, that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna continue then. While Tech is gonna keep trying to figure that out, we're gonna keep going. So to recap, there's a lot of references to creating and finding the perfect vessel for him. In that the goal of that cult was to cultivate that perfect vessel, and specifically references you, Tange, by name as the vessel that was found and the vessel that was being prepared.
I'm him.
I mean, you are him, just not this him. Ha, that's a modern colloquial joke. No, you are not. You are the vessel for him. That is being prepared and will be on at the chosen time be given will step into your destiny to be the vessel for M.
Get the notebook pretty incredulously, just processing everything that I'm learning. But I do kind of go back to the present moment instead of what's in the book, and I look over at Ren and wait, sorry. Did I do something wrong? Everybody looked at me crazy.
You say you look over at Ren, and I'm like,
GM?
I always do
Are we
that.
breaking the fourth wall? Hello?
Ren is a bird. Because Ren is a
God?
bird, and Selkie's character is a bird. And
no,
I'm like, Ren's a
what
bird.
would have been hilarious is like, Tange, look at Ren and go, what does this mean? And be like, I don't know, bro. It's your story.
I look over at Ren and I say, can I roll some more dice?
I don't know, bro. It's your story.
No, sorry. I'm so bad. I'm
No, you're fine.
late on a Saturday.
So you look over at Ven.
I look over at Ven.
No, you're
Forgive
fine.
me. I look over at
So you
Ven.
look over at Ven.
So I look over. You're not really dead, are you?
Unfortunately, I am. Unfortunately,
No, like you're not really dead.
I am.
You're right here. You're Ven. You've been with us the whole time.
In a manner of speaking.
Because if you were dead, you would have
in
told
a
us you were
manner of
dead,
speaking.
and we could have done something about it. We could have stopped it.
If I was already dead, how could you have stopped me being dead?
Well, you didn't tell
If
us.
I was already dead, how could you have stopped I couldn't.
Well, you didn't tell us.
I couldn't.
I don't even. We could have helped somehow. We could have done something. I could have done something.
How? I was already dead.
Somehow. I could have done something. I could have done something.
How? I was
I
already
don't even
dead.
think you're even really dead, to be honest.
My corpse is in the basement. It's we gotta bring it with us, so you're gonna see it one way or the other. In the basement. Hold on. And Ven is going to lower himself to stand in front of Tange, and is going to hold out their hands.
Okay.
And is going to hold out their hands. Ven is extremely cold to the touch. There's no body heat. Ven coming off of them. And Ven is going to look down and is going to direct you to look down as well. And when Ven moves their foot against the dust and debris on the ground, nothing moves. Nothing changes. Nothing moves. Nothing changes.
So you're dehydrated. So what?
Dehydrated people don't leave footprints? That's
I
new.
don't know.
Dehydrated people
I don't know.
footprints? That's
Do you know how long it's been?
Mm. GM, can I get the rough timeline again of amount of time? Because I know we talked about it.
Yes. Give me 1 minute. It is somewhere buried in my notes.
I feel that.
Give me 1 minute. It is somewhere buried in my notes.
I feel that. Ah. I have it.
Oh God!
Oh God?
Yeah, I just saw this terrible thing that you sent me, recently, and I am still so upset.
Oh, the art?
What?
No, it's not. We will talk later.
Oh, the art?
Oh. I remember. Oh.
But you found it?
Yes.
Okay.
If what I have in my notes is correct, then yes.
Then go for it.
Notes is correct, then yes.
Then go for it.
I have been dead, as far as I am aware. Or I've been this. I am aware. As far as I'm aware, for about 8 years. As far as I'm aware, for about 8 years.
Or 8 years.
Yeah.
No. Come on.
Yeah.
This has got to be a joke.
Yes, I pulled a very elaborate prank on all of you while everyone around us is dying, that I am also dead, because I thought it would be haha funny.
Well, I don't know of your sense of humor, Ben.
Really?
Was that a joke too?
No, none of this is a... What? Tange.
Oh, I don't want to look that gross. Okay, sorry.
Tange. I don't know how to prove to you that I'm not alive anymore, but you can go see where I died.
I already told you going down wells is very unpopular.
I know, that's how I died.
I'm never
Well-
not wrong.
Okay. Well,
So you're always
Really?
wrong.
Pretty much.
Oh.
I am going to go start collecting your body with your permission.
That is weird to think about. Yeah? That was the point, at least. I can be useful? Eh?
You've always been useful. and
I
helpful.
know, but, like, my death. At least something good could happen out of it, you know?
Was he the one who did that to you?
Who?
Ron. Did he do that?
No. Ezreal is the one who I followed. Killed me.
Okay. And yeah, they'll start climbing down the ladder because Leo does not want to say what's on Leo's mind because it would not be helpful to this conversation. And we'll start gently trying to remove the body, and as gently as possible, clean, or not even clean, just making sure, that the body's okay, and climb back up.
It does take you a little bit, mostly because of how much care you are putting into taking Ven's body down. The first thing you notice is that it is immaculately maintained. It something about you don't think after everything that you've seen that the black ink has anything to do with how well maintained it is. But something about the magic that is keeping Ven here has also kept Ven's physical form here whole in this way. You're able to bundle it up together in very much like a the way one would wrap very classically a body for travel. And you bring it up the well.
I think Leo would not maintain eye contact with Tange, and will instead go to Constance and ask, "Do you have a blanket of some kind or some wrapping that I could use? I don't think it'd be right to have a corpse just shown on the street like this."
Constance will take off her coat.
You don't have to dirty it. Then, reaches up to someone's like, I don't know how to finish the sentence. And, puts their hands down.
I can always wash it later. It's okay.
Can I ask you a question, Ben?
Yeah?
When we see Azrael, and however this shakes out, what is your intention?
I don't know.
Are you looking for revenge? You don't seem like
Revenge? No. I have the same goals I've always had. Revenge just isn't in the cards for me. I don't... Did it hurt? Is it sad? Was it scary? Yes. Do I think Azrael is a bad person? Absolutely. But ultimately, my goals remain what they always have, and that's... I want my community to be safe. I want my family to be safe. I want those around me that I care about to be happy. Revenge has nothing to do with it. But I will be taking Azrael with me.
perfect.
In a way, I suppose we can enact revenge with a life well lived.
I don't even know if I want to think about revenge. Revenge makes you think so much about the other person. So much about what happened to you. You're so much more than that. Everyone that Azrael has harmed is so much more than that. And that's why I love them so much. That's why I love all of you so much. That's why I've been fighting all these years. Not because I hate him, but because I love all of you. So don't focus on my death. Focus on your lives. You have a lot to do. You have a lot of life to live. A lot of work to do. Okay, look alive. You're all still living. We have things to do.
If this is really Ven, and I'm gonna go over to the body and lift the blanket around the face part.
It's Ven.
So you were just gonna lie the whole time? I mean,
I didn't have a
Oh.
choice.
just been a lie?
What do you mean, a lie?
You were really dead 8 years, and you just didn't say anything. You didn't.
I
wanna tell me?
couldn't. The reason I brought you here, without telling you why, without telling you what had happened, was because I physically couldn't. Until someone found me. Until someone found out what happened to me, I couldn't say a word about it, no matter how much I wanted to. That wasn't my choice. But everything I did for you, all of you, everything I said to you, none of that was a lie. Not for a moment.
I gotta go. Sorry, guys. I can't with this.
I need to ask before you shuffle off.
What?
Why did that thing want you? Why did that thing drop that book for you? Is it involved with the 9-racked heart?
Shouldn't we just get Ven's body out of here? Like,
We all have secrets, and if we want to keep them, that's fine. But we're a team right now, and we have to work together. I don't care if you want to not talk about it right now, but if that thing's important to what we're doing, we need to figure out what to do, and now. But just... We've all, throughout this, have always been together as a group, and I trust you all.
I'm not dead. Just wanna throw that
That's
out there.
fine.
I'm alive.
Dead or not, this is bigger than that.
It's really not a big deal. I mean, allegedly the vessel of the 9-racked heart. Something destiny, something. They want me to be the vessel of some horrible creature. I don't know. It's not really that big a deal.
You're the vessel? Did anybody else know about this? That seems real important, considering their actions.
Oh, but I'm lying. But I've been lying this whole time.
Well, I'm alive.
What?
Very much is true.
Yeah. At least my lie couldn't hurt us. And at least I didn't have a choice.
All I'm
I
trying to
thought-
do is protect you guys.
I really thought that after everything that's happened, after everything we've talked about, after all of the tinkering, after the cane, after everything, that we had some sort of trust between us. But for you to not only call me a liar, but then have been lying yourself the entire time about multiple things, I thought you were so much better than that. I had so much faith in the person that you are. And you can't even accept the fact that I'm dead, but you're mad at me for it?
Yes.
And you continue to belittle and lie to my face?
I'm protecting you just like you're protecting us.
How? I'm dead, Tange. You can't protect me from anything anymore. There's nothing left to protect me from. Nothing. I don't have a life left to live. And that's okay. Fine. You talk it out amongst the living. The dead are gonna go back into the well for a bit. And Ven is gonna go back into the well.
Then, now that you're back in the well, I would love for you to act under pressure. Roll plus school.
Okay. Where's my cool? Ooh. That's a 10.
Excellent. So, as you come down here, you immediately notice that the dripping ichor that was coming through the stone above is actually dripping into this well. And it is seeping through the floor below. But because you came down here and you noticed it in time, if there's anything you would like to do, you can. Obviously, you don't have to do anything, but because you're here and it's here, you have an opportunity.
So the ichor is starting to come back.
It's more that where Hellebeck dissipated above the well is now dripping through the stone and leaking down and seeking to continue to travel deeper.
Yeah, we're not gonna let that happen. Then Ben is going to try to do two things simultaneously, and I'm going to describe to you what I'm attempting to do and the goal, and we can see what the rolls and stuff might be from there, and I am more than willing to use a luck point on this.
You go on.
Ven is going to try to use big magic and protect someone simultaneously. Because Ven feels like this entity is trying to hurt Tange. And Ven can't let that happen. And what Ven is going to try to do is stand where the ichor is falling and take it amidst themselves instead. So it can't go any further.
So your intention is to use big magic to intercede to become the vessel? Is that what I'm hearing?
Become the vessel or die with the entity is kind of one of the two goals.
You can certainly try.
Okay.
That is always an option.
Okay.
It is going to be an incredibly difficult check.
Okay.
Let's go through big magic. We've decided what effect you want to make happen. Okay. So, you would need a long time to prep for this, and time to experiment with the magic to potentially make it happen. You have neither of those things. And so you are going to need help. Now, there are a couple of different ways you could slice that pie. With that act under pressure check, I'm going to give you the kind of information that off the cuff you would think of. Constance could help. Leo could help. Obviously, you're not going to ask Tange to help. Or you could
There is someone.
You could channel your parents.
There's someone Ven would like to ask for help with this.
Okay.
Someone who's not quite on this plane anymore. But who had a very vested interest in seeing Hellebeck no longer functional. And Ven would like to ask their childhood best friend, Angelo, for help.
Okay. Okay. Roll use magic.
So that's a 6, but I'm spending a luck point.
Okay. The moment the ichor touches you, you realize your mistake.
Okay.
It drips down and it touches your forehead, and your vision narrows immediately to a pinpoint in the distance. And then, as your vision comes back, you are no longer in the well.
God.
You are standing in what it looks like a throne room. It is maybe 100 feet tall, 50 feet tall. Long stone hand-carved pillars, and on all sides adorned with the nine-racked heart. Long tapestries made of human flesh, carved off of the backs of beings that are still walking around serving at this place in some sort of frozen state between being dead and alive, surround you. Not like surround you in the sense that they are aware of your presence, but they are all working here. Their faces eternally twisted in nightmarish pain and suffering. And this hall that is maybe the length of a football field, behind you is a set of stairs that begin to lead upward normally and then begin to bend in a non-Euclidean form, making it seemingly impossible to be able to traverse out of this place. And at the far side is a throne, and in that throne is a man.
Can I fly towards the man?
As you start flying towards him, you hear the voice boom all around you. You are not meant to be here.
Okay.
Why are you here?
You are causing harm to a lot of people I care a lot about.
When you say the word harm, the word seems to echo through the air, and you can almost see the waves. And you see every being in here as the word touches them, like ripples in a pond, all turn and look at you for a moment, and then go back to what they were doing. So you're here to stop me?
Of course.
That won't do. And then you hear that the voice is from above you. And the ceiling, it's hard to tell how high it is because the light doesn't actually reach. But then you see a giant hand reach down from the roof. And then you feel a hand grab you by the arm and pull you out of here. Your shadow, that's not your shadow, your childhood friend, pulls you out of here. And you are back standing in the well.
Maybe I'll use a mop next time.
For the record, Angela also used a luck point. Just for everyone's awareness.
I'm gonna use a mop. I'm gonna leave that there to let the living folks upstairs have their conversations.
Leo's going to turn to Constance. How much did you know?
About what?
Ange. Being vessel, something something. Divine vessel, something something.
Constance looks like she doesn't want to be here right now. A lot has happened in the last 20 minutes, if I'm being generous. Let alone, like, the last several weeks. And Tange is her childhood best friend. Tange also, notably, doesn't like to talk about the before. And you can be someone's childhood best friend and respect that some things are hard to talk about and some things are not ready to be spoken about. And so Constance looks to you and is just like, I mean, broad strokes, but only through what we've witnessed. Which is not to say that, like, when you go through something difficult, you don't, like, everyone reacts differently, and I recognize that, and I don't pry. And I know there's been a lot of, like, healthy skepticism about what any of this even means. And so I'm just doing my best to support.
I understand. And I appreciate your honesty. What I am trying to grapple with right now is not only knowing the fact that my mentor, who brought me back from the brink of insanity, hasn't been alive this whole time. But also, the fact that if we had known that Tange was this vessel sooner, we could have done more research. Because at the end of the day, yes, it is extremely traumatic, and everyone should handle it in their own way. This person, Azrael, is going to abuse this knowledge. I just wish we had learned about it sooner. That's all. Because now comes the, at least I think now comes the hard part.
I mean, our mission is to, at this stage, prove Azrael is inarguably corrupt and means great harm. We have the proof. And I fear belaboring the point of what we do or did or did not know is running down a clock. And I think it's only fair to Ven, and the fact that you are presumably still holding Ven's body at this stage, that we make for Lady Quill.
Is Tange still in the room?
You're
You
muted, bud.
So yes, and my ears are burning.
Leo will turn to Tange, say, I just have one last question. If in the moment when we confront Azrael, and it comes to the 9-racked heart, or if it comes to saving people, can I trust you to do what's right?
Saving people's my whole thing.
Leo will nod, go over to Constance, say, can I please trust you to hold the body for a moment?
Constance will oblige.
Okay. Leo is going to walk over to the well, look down. Does Leo see Ben?
I'll say by now, Ven, you have returned. Because you kind of walked forward, where you kind of came to would not be within view from the top of the well.
Ben, I'm sorry to interrupt your alone time. I just wanted to let you know we are starting to head out. Take your time. If you want to join, that is more than fine. If you don't, that's understandable. We're gonna head to Lady Quill. Just take all the time that you need.
Ben's gonna walk over towards the well. He's gonna look up and go, what else am I gonna do with my time? Also, he, capital H, tried to kill me in I was gonna take the ink that Hellebeck was part of so that it didn't escape. There's a whole world in there. There's a whole fucked up world in there.
Really? And is going to jump down.
Stop it. As once Leo jumps down, then like you get the flapping of the wings of nope, go back up. Go back up. Go back up.
Please.
No. I almost died. Again. You know how weird that is? To almost die a second time?
That's fair. Understandable. This is my thing. I have all of this goop. I can at least see. Just a little peek. Just a
I'll
little.
bite you.
Just a tiny. And Leah will try to go around Ven and just try to.
I'm gonna bite you.
If you get bitten by a ghost, you turn into a ghost. That's the rules.
Am I
It's a
correct in
werewolf
understanding that it's echoing up the well?
Oh, 100. They are yelling at each other at the bottom of a well. It sounds exactly like you think it does.
Leo, you are already close enough to death. No one else is dying today. Let's go.
This is my thing.
You can
So-
sing later.
Leo, you do get close to it. What do you want to do with it?
Just
For the record, this is for me as a GM. This has I've put out a deck of many things vibes. So like, what have I done? Is kind of the energy. But yes, you're there.
it's gonna take the mechanical arm and it just wants to poke it. And just wants to see if it reacts the same way that the ichor inside of their coils react.
It does not. In fact, as you make contact, really, you should have seen this coming. The black ichor within your contraption shatters through and begins to pour uncontrollably out of your prosthetics.
I'm gonna try to carry you out of the well.
You feel yourself begin to lose consciousness as it just completely floods out of I hate to say this, but we talked about this. You should have expected that.
We told you so! This is how I died! Do none of you respect that? And that's literally what you hear as Ven is trying to pull Leo up. It is this crash out moment of, I am not speaking out of my ass. This is how I lost my life. Maybe I know something about that. And it's panic.
It's full shit eating unconscious grin.
When you undie, I'm gonna kill you.
You eventually do get Leo out of the well.
Okay. I was like, do I have enough time to intercede to, like, use magic to heal some damage off of Leo
I'm
before we lose Leo?
throwing Leo at you.
Leo seems physically unharmed. But there was something about the way that the biomechanical inputs in Leo's prosthetics was grafted to Leo's body that basically it is like an exosuit. And suddenly Leo's body was trying to run all of the energy that all of this black ichor was providing, and it's just immediate nap time. Like,
Two bodies to carry.
If it doesn't kill you, I will.
Constance is gonna look to Tange and be like, I don't know about you, but when this is done, so many beers.
3 beers.
Many. Sure, we'll start there.
as you folks start to walk and head back out, you turn right, you head back up the stairs, and there's a door you did not see before. But it is a door you immediately recognize.
Is it the dude?
Is it Alfred?
It is the door to Alfred's shop. And above it is, in gold letters, Gothrain Antiquities. Please knock. You knock once, and the door flies open. And you are standing in what appears to be like a Grecian spa. It has got like beautiful tile columns, floor to ceiling, beautiful draperies, like a warm, like bubbling fountain in the middle, and some wading pools off to the side.
Alfred?
Oh, yes, I'm right here. And Alfred is behind you. And Alfred appears to have like some like boxes that is not, they're not really balanced. Alfred seems to be having a bad time. It's like, everybody inside, please, it's good to see you again. Yes.
Okay. The situational whiplash has gripped Constance firmly.
Or you don't have to come inside, I suppose.
Everyone in before I lose my mind.
Yeah, I oblige that.
I step in. Hey, Alfred, guess who's dead?
Is it my mother? Boy, I miss my mother. And carries the box to the next room. She's in the parlor, a few doors that way if you want to go see her. She's still very talkative.
No, I mean, I'm sure she's lovely, but no dead mothers.
Wait, why are dead
Let's-
people talking all the time now?
She's not, I was kidding. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Fucking
But my
fine.
mother is in the parlor over there if you'd like to meet her. She is lovely.
You know what, Tange? Fine. Have everything your way. That's fine. Be in denial this whole time. Let people get hurt, including yourself. That's fine. I'm done. And Ven is going to leave the room.
He drops the boxes at this point. I'll have Mother make some tea then? Is everything okay?
We've been through a lot.
Constance, why don't you come and make some tea? Come on.
And I'm going to start working on Leo's gear. I'll pull out my little toolbox and start tinkering.
It is probably worth noting that Constance is still carrying the bundled coat. Because
And
Leo was
Leo was
carrying
just
it,
dragged in.
but
What is that you've brought with you?
okay. So, to make an incredibly complicated story very short, it's Ven?
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
What do you
Okay.
mean, what do I mean, oh yeah?
You seem to be very nonchalant and in the know about the fact that I'm carrying Ven's body.
It's... Did you not know that Ven was dead?
No.
Oh!
Yeah.
I didn't know you all didn't know.
To be fair, I don't think we would have been able to find out until now. So I don't cast any blame here. I just need you to know that's what's going on.
Oh, yeah, no, I am very in tune with magic, and so I could tell that Ven was not a person in the same sense that you all are. And so the body is not so surprising when you know that. Oh, this is very difficult. Yes. Here, right this way. And brings you into it's a little kitchenette. And in this kitchenette is a table that he kind of like pulls the wings out and stuff. And it's a coffin table. It was very commonly used in houses way back in the day when if someone were to pass away in your family, you would have the wake at your house. And so you'd use that table for that purpose as well. They set it out. They set up they pull out a very nice cloth. They lay it out very nicely. And it's very colorful. It almost has like iridescent peacock feather vibes. Like, oh, this is the right one. Yes, this will suit very nicely. Here, and offers to carry Ven over and lays the body down. Constance, why don't you go in that cabinet and pick out, not the cabinet, go through into that door and pick out some cakes. And tell me how you're doing.
So walking away while telling you how I'm doing?
Yeah, I can
Okay.
hear you. As you open the door, it is literally full of every cake you could ever have imagined.
Okay. So as she's like scanning the bevy of cakes before her, I've been better. I think we've all been better. The last 20 minutes was a lot. Do I see any left-handed and right-handed cakes?
You definitely do. So the thing about just like left-handed and right-handed croissants and the ever elusive ambidextrous croissant, their shape shows what orientation, much like us queers, our shape is how you can tell our orientation.
Is it?
No, absolutely not. You definitely see some left-handed cakes, some right-handed cakes. There's like full-blown 5-tier wedding cakes in here. There's some right side up, upside down pineapple cakes. There are some cakes that are upside down that you're pretty sure weren't meant to be upside down, but are in here and upside down.
Okay. I select. The good news is Constance's experience working in a bar means she can carry multiple plates at once. And she's a little too shaken to just use magic to float these over because, So she selects one left-handed cheesecake, a right-handed mousse cake, an ambidextrous angel food cake, and a fruit tort. So there's a nice variety, and 2 on each arm balances them on the way back to the table. Made sure there was. Oh well, I guess her hosting skills are not particularly nice because she didn't bring one for Alfred. But there's one in case Ven comes back to the group later. Like, just so that way, like Ven doesn't show up to everyone eating cake. But
for the record, these are full-size cakes. They are not slices. These are full cakes. But you bring them out, and you see that over on the side, his mom's here. And Alfred is an older gentleman. You would probably clock like 60s, 70s. She appears ancient, but is just moving, seems to be moving just fine. Is like making a couple of different teas and kind of getting, yes, we'll get them all just right. Oh, you dears have been through so much. And has like made individual mugs of tea for everyone. And she kind of like has like a little bit of a shuffle walk. She shuffles on over. When you put the one down, she hands the cup to you.
Mm-hmm.
And as you your hands touch hers, there's this like warmth there. And she says, "Your magic is radiant. Keep doing your work." And as you take the mug, just kind of pinches a cheek. And then sees herself out the room. Arthur is setting like some like plates out and utensils and cups and all those things.
Alfred?
And yes.
You were expecting us?
No. We just kind of end up where we need to be.
Oh, okay. She's still kind of like looking at her hands with the teacup at the same time, but like, yeah.
Oh, Mother, she was probably expecting you. She is of old magic.
Okay. She like puts the mug down to make sure like everybody else has like plates for cake and stuff because she was tasked with cake. That was her job.
And Arthur starts ringing a bell. And so everyone hears the bell ring.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone is now very hungry for cake. And very aware of how to get to cake.
I think I'm gonna like tighten on the last strap, screw the bolt in the last valve, and I think with that kind of mechanically, Leo is whole again for the time being.
Leo wakes up and is very hungry for cake.
Someone say cake. The cake time.
Yeah, Constance brought cake.
Why aren't we in the well?
Because there's cake now. We're done with
There's-
the well.
There's cake.
The well was never popular. Let's not talk about the well again. We have cake.
Where are we?
We're in Alfred's.
That's why there's a cake. Alfred,
Right through here.
you still alive?
Always. And probably forever. We'll see. So far, so good.
Person.
Okay.
Does Ven appear for cake?
Fuck no. Ven does not. Ven is not easily upset, but there's a certain lie. And there's a certain switch. And that switch has been flipped.
So you're fluttering through, and for those of you who do not remember what Gothran Antiquities is every room can be connected to any room. So what type of room has Ven settled into?
The pillow fort room.
Excellent. So the pillow fort room is not a room with which to make pillow forts. It is a room that is designed to appear like a pillow battlefield. And in the center is basically a fortress of pillows. As you're in the room, you hear someone kind of shuffling in.
Gravitating more towards the fortress of pillows.
Van, are you in here?
Yes?
And you see Alfred's mom, Grandma Gothrain. And she's wearing like, an oversized kind of like shift that it's lots of like black with like different like other color like patterns over it. And she's old, she's, a little bit hunched over, and she's making her way over to you. It is taking a while. I thought I'd find you in here. Alfred said it's time for cake. You're not gonna get some cake?
I don't need to eat. I'm dead.
Yes. But there's a lot of things we don't need to do, but boy, isn't it good.
A certain company, maybe.
I think that sometimes, even with the wrong company, the right cake and the right people can make everything right. I'll say
And
right
I think I'm
5 more
tired.
times. She comes over to you. She holds out her little hands. And they are very small hands.
Take the hand.
She tries to hold your hands in her hands, but they're little hands. So it doesn't quite, there's not enough hand there to hold your hand. And her hands are very soft, but you can feel like that they're worn with age. It's very hard to understand the things that are hard to understand. And I know that sounds like I'm losing my mind, but it's already hard to deal with someone that you care about being hurt. But then also feeling powerless to help them. Yeah? You know what that's like, right? Of course you do.
I understand where he's coming from, and I don't blame him for it. I just... Maybe for 1 second, I need to not either be the cause of a problem or the solution. For 1 second, I need to not fight with someone for something. All I try to do is take care of them. All of them. They have lives to live still. They have things to do.
Hey. And she squeezes your hands. You're not a problem right now. You're not fighting anyone right now. And you know what? She leans in. There's cake. And she holds your hands and she starts to shuffle off. And if you don't go between her socks and the pillows, there's not enough friction for her to pull you. So she starts shuffling in place because she doesn't have enough strength or friction with which to move you to, but she will refuse to let you go.
I can walk you to cake and then I'm coming back.
Oh, of course, right after you've had some cake. Come on.
I don't want cake. And Ven will start walking with her.
I did make you some tea. You'll at least have the tea I made you, right? It's your favorite.
I will bring the tea back to the pillow fort room.
1 sip while I'm in the room just so I can make sure it's right. Just one.
1 sip while you're in the room, and then I will finish the rest in the pillow fort.
That's perfect. He gives you a little pinch on the cheek with one of her little hands.
That sounds like you're gonna drug me. That is terrifying, but Ven is still walking with her.
No, sometimes these shaky hands with the sugar and the cream, it's just not quite perfect.
You couldn't make an imperfect cup of tea if you tried.
Oh, I assure you, I always make the tea the person deserves.
That sounds like a threat. Where they're gonna keep walking.
So as you folks walk in, Alfred, hands everyone the tea. And the tea is your preferred tea and also the best version you've ever had of it. And cuts slices of cake and hands them all out. And once everyone kind of files in, Alfred looks at everyone and goes, it seems like fate has brought us together again. What do you need? And where do you need to go?
Well, we're taking Ven's body as evidence to Madame Crow to gain their support.
Lady Quill of House Wrenound?
Or Lady Quill, not Crow, I'm so sorry. Yes.
Okay. So how do you want to do this?
That is a good question.
We could go right to her house.
That would be best.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Would it be okay if we rested a little while, Alfred?
Yes, sure. Bedrooms are everywhere if you walk long enough.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can't say that I know the best way of dealing with these things. I don't get out much. And being so tightly wound with magic does, give me a slightly, odd temperament. I will say that losing people is very hard. And not being able to help people is even harder. And it's okay to be upset about that. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was gonna turn to Tange and say, I really think you should consider tonight's actions and what happened. You pushed Fen too far, and they've only been trying to help. And I know it's a lot to process, everything that happened. I implore to think about it from their perspective. Because they've been doing nothing but trying to help. And thinking about that they haven't even been able to tell anyone what happened to them for 8 long years it sounds like torture. Just think about it, please. And is going to take a piece of cake and is going to shuffle off. And wouldn't even know where Ven's room would begin to be. But will leave a piece of cake outside of one of the doors with a little note that says, if you need company, just let me know. I'll be down the hall. From Leo. We'll put it down. And we'll walk down the hall. And we'll fall asleep. Just on the floor.
You hear a knock on the outside of one of the outside doors to the pillow fort.
My pillow fort time. I love you all dearly. My pillow fort time.
Now you have extra special cake and a note during your pillow fort time.
It will be that thing of like creaking the door open, snatching the cake quickly, closing the door, and scuttling back into the fort with the tea and now the cake. It's just like my friends. And sipping and consuming cake.
Awesome. Hange.
Did I fuck up?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Did I fuck up, Constance? Let me rephrase that. Constance, did I fuck up? Not did I fuck up, Constance.
Yeah, no, I got you. She puts her tea down. I mean, I figured earlier wasn't a good time to sort of wax poetic on moral relativism. I don't think you intended to fuck up. I think you did what was right with the context you had at the time. I think it's hard to know when to say something or if to say something, especially about something like being the vessel, like staring doom in the face. And I know, at least in my heart of hearts, that you meant the best intention with that. It was not about hiding for the sake of not telling the truth. I think it was about what you've always said it's been about. It's about protection, right? Could it have gone better? Honestly, bud, yeah. But I think given the fucking day we already had, it could have gone worse. I realize this is a non-answer, but like, I don't think you fucked up. But I think she kind of like shakes her head. I think we've got to figure out how to hold both the truth of Ven being dead and the truth of the vessel situation and the truth of we're running against a clock that is very quickly running out of time. And maybe these things will all coalesce into one approachable problem, if I'm being optimistic. Or a clusterfuck if I'm not. But we'll figure it out. We always have.
Like, I'm a tinkerer, and I fix things and help people, but I can't fix the dead. That's probably what hurt the most. I can't fix that.
Yeah, I know. But you can do right by them. You can, I mean, What did I say about revenge earlier? The best revenge is a life well lived. But sometimes the best revenge is also socking Azrael in the face, and I'm relishing that opportunity. Two wrongs don't make a right, but two left hooks eventually spin them around.
Two left-handed pies just make a left-handed pie stacked together. You, when did you get wise, Constance?
I mean, I did go to university for a year. It's got to count for something. I mean, for all the good that did, right?
I don't think they can teach what you got. Honestly.
Now, how I realize this is such a simple, question with a complicated answer, but how are you feeling?
Sad, mostly sad.
Mhm.
Shouldn't have said all that to Vin. That wasn't fair. And I shouldn't have put you guys like in it as well. You know, like I'll think of it overnight. And I'll find a way to fix it. Don't worry.
You know how sometimes you have like a problem you're trying to solve and you kind of sleep on it and you realize that maybe the best way to fix something is to let it be?
Don't do anything.
Sometimes things reset on their own, right? I think I'm trying to say don't pursue fixing it for the sake of fixing it. Does that make sense?
It's uncomfortable, but yes, it makes sense.
I would hate for you to try and fix things and have every intention of fixing things and finding that energy making things more uncomfortable, worse. Not in a she kind of like stumbles, realizing she's kind of put her foot in her mouth here, like not in a I don't trust you to do the right
Oh,
thing
no, no,
kind of
no.
way,
I get it.
but
I get it. You're trying to fix what you just said now, and I can see that's not how life works. I understand. I think I get it. It's not perfect.
and like to level with you, I want this to be over, right? Like I also want to fix everything, you know? I want to go back to playing at the Sunken Triptych. I want to go back to being Uriel's biggest thorn in their side. I want to go paint a mural and piss someone off, but that's how we got here in the first place, isn't it?
God, it feels like we haven't done that in so long. Yeah, I'm down though. I want to get back to that too. Sounds really good.
Well, the only way there is through, right?
Way there's through.
Sleep doesn't come easy for anyone here. But probably easier here than most other places. It's quiet, it's warm, and most importantly, it's safe. Come morning, there's breakfast served and ready for everyone. And with it, one important question. Well, I was able to get a door. You did want it in her house, correct? That's the decision?
In her house. This is a little direct, but I think we could make it work. What do you guys think?
Leo, who slept on the floor all night, is like getting up, cracking bones, like shifting things into place. Um, Pulls like a small bird out of their pocket and is like, no, throws it, and looks over and says, maybe. I mean, like, does Lady Quill know you, Alfred?
Oh, no, absolutely not. But, I didn't say I was going. I said I could get you there.
If we mention your name, this person would have no recollection of you. Not a
She's
one.
probably heard of me, but it's not like we're besties.
Okay. Oh, that's enough.
Also, you, you do have a plan for what happens when you get there, right?
Plan is loose. We have an idea. We know that we have to. We know that we were tasked to find proof of Azrael and their wrongdoing, and that they're connected to all of this. We have the proof. Now it's just convincing.
And I know that Constance pulls her notebook out of her bag. The Lady Quill's house will hear out anyone who is like of the quarter, or basically anyone who, especially in our case, like needs some legal arbitration. And any noble in that quarter accused of a crime can request audience, and that is where we use the little the little fact that I'm noble-born to get us an audience with Lady Quill.
Well, he points to the room with like the Grecian hall with all the bats and stuff. Just head out the way you came and good luck.
Is Ven with us right now, or are they still in the room?
Ven is with you guys adjacent. You guys are there, and Ven's like, there. Ven is essentially being like, oh, I'm dead, okay. I'll be a ghost. I'll be a ghost on the corner of your vision. I won't interact. I'll do all the weird haunty shit. Ven is being very spiteful because Ven has been hurt.
Leo will take the body. Well, are we ready, or should we wait? Do we have anything we need to do?
Constance will intentionally make eye contact, or try to, with everyone, including Ven, to gauge, like, are we ready to do this? And, like, especially make sure that Ven, like, feels acknowledged.
I think for the first time, when Constance makes eye contact with Ven. Ven does give Constance a little smile, a little warm look. Would give the same look to anyone who actually looked at them. They try to be spiteful and spooky. They're a teddy bear. It's very difficult. But there is something new. And the new thing is their eyes look empty now. As empty as the eyes on their corpse.
Before we go, I gotta ask everyone something. And I don't normally ask this. Actually, I've never asked anyone this. I need your help. Look at Ven. Ven, I need your help. I thought I could do this alone. I can't. Can you help me fix everything?
You've always had my help. You'll never be without my help.
I'm sorry. Whoa. Special delivery. Soda. The hell? Your house
I like to think that
fuck Alfred. Your house is magic.
I like to think that happened in game. Just something shot out of the wall.
And a refreshing
Gave Ven
beverage
a drink.
slides in the room.
I have to take my medication, but I forgot a drink.
That doesn't explain the secret hat. Cool.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
What was said directly before the weird hand through the door?
Oh no, that was it. That's the end of the game for me. I've done nothing else. I totally lost my train of thought. Help. You're always gonna help me. Oh. No, I got nothing. I totally spaced out.
Totally fine. Ven will look at Tange. It's the same empty look in their eyes, but still with that warm smile. And we'll go, I'm sorry. For yelling, for getting upset. I don't know what I would do if I were in your situation. Or Constance's, or Leo's. That's why I've tried so hard this whole time to keep you guys away from the ink. If I'm being perfectly honest, Tange, the reason I'm hurt by your secrets is because I'm scared. I'm not scared for myself anymore. That's pointless. But I don't know what I would do if all of you got hurt. If something happened to you. You are someone who is so bright and has so much potential. And the work you do is astonishing. And the places you could go in this world are beyond what I could even imagine. And I don't want that taken from you. You always say that you're not the chosen one, you're Tange. And I agree. You are. And that's why you're important. That's why you're special. I don't want to lose that.
A lot, like, in more ways than I thought. You know the one way we're different? I can never die. Anyway, let's go. We have things. We got this whole thing we gotta take care of, right? I mean, Lady Quill, your body.
Well, our party is more balanced than I thought we were. One can't die, one's always dead, you know, it evens out.
Just
wanted to be honest with you guys. Anyway, we gotta go. Shall we? Can we take some pie to go? Some cake to go?
When I die, you get the
Does your
car.
mama have any more cake? Mom got a cake.
Also, Alfred, if I may.
Yeah. And Alfred was like off in the other room, like giving you all some privacy to have this discussion, and just kind of like pops ahead in the door.
Two things. Can we take some cake to go?
Of course.
Do you have a spare jacket or like appropriate suit top for meeting with a person of station like Lady Quill? Because my jacket is currently occupied, and I should probably not go in with bare shoulders.
Hold on a second. We're having some audio coming through.
Audio
Call
of
on
what?
me. One of the horniest
There was someone.
Are we good?
I think so. Yeah, there was some very weird music playing. Very strange. Okay, we're just gonna keep going and pretend that didn't happen. No, we're good. So he looks at you and smiles, and I have just the thing. And he walks out, and he puts a white wig on you, in full barrister robes.
Oh
Perfect.
no.
Now head on out and starts to usher you out the door.
Constance, is there a mirror or something that Constance catches her reflection in?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I look just like my father, don't I?
You totally do.
Great.
pass by Constance and say, "You look like my uncle."
I hope your uncle's not my father.
And we'll walk out the door.
So as you get near the door, there's a moment right before when have you ever come up on a door and someone's talking on the other side? You kind of hear them. You're like, where did that door come from? And the door opens, and you're in her kitchen.
Oh.
We've got the evidence.
And so the door, you all basically kind of fall out into her kitchen. And she looks up, and you can tell that her eyes catch his eyes. She goes, "Oh no." And then the door shuts, and the door's gone. Lady Quill is, she's fairly tall, olive skin tone. She's wearing a red robe, with black fur kind of outlining it. And, it goes down to about knee length. She is not wearing socks. And she has, a cup of coffee, and what seems to be breakfast that she is standing at a a pub-sized counter, or table in her kitchen. And she's brandishing a knife. As you all come in. But not ready to fight you, but holding very surprised to see you, but is also carrying a knife.
Lady Quill, my apologies for the abrupt interruption, and Constance will keep in mind, is Constance carrying Ven, or is Leo carrying Ven?
Leo's
Okay,
got
good.
Ven.
So realizing she looks like she's wearing a Halloween costume, of someone pretending to be a barrister, will, like, bow. My name is Constance Elmslow. I am of the Carnejos Quarter, and while this is not how I intended to introduce myself to you, I come to bring evidence of wrongdoing by one Azrael Carnejos.
She takes a look at the bundle and then looks at all of you and says, is there a body in there?
Don't worry, it's mine.
Would you like to confirm?
She picks up her plate and her coffee. She walks over to the counter and sets it down and goes, you can just gently set it on the table. I will be right back. Touch nothing. She disappears into the other room for a few minutes. She comes back and she's dressed in a dark red gown with a black kind of like jacket over top. She's pulled her hair back into a messy bun because she doesn't have time for all of that shit. I am going to say a name. And if you acknowledge that's how that door got there, that will answer about 80% of the questions that I have. Gothrain?
Yes.
Excellent. Are you armed?
Yes, we'll surrender, and we'll put the ritual knife down on the counter.
She pulls out like a heavy leather bag. She throws it on the table. Weapons in the bag, please.
Can I keep my cane, or do I have to put that in there?
You can keep the cane. Unless you intend to try to kill me with it.
No. That would really defeat the purpose of us being here.
I can't take off my hand.
Ah, excellent. She pulls out like a leather belt and she tosses it to you. Says, go ahead and strap that to your waist and strap it down, please.
Sure. Well, strap it over like the overcoat and all the stuff. Height.
And she looks at Tange
Oh, and
expectingly.
here's mine. Don't lose it.
And she takes the bag, she ties the top, and she sets it basically like at the head of the table, so it doesn't leave anyone's sight.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Tell me everything. And that is where we are going to end this session. Y'all.
Woof.
A lot of big emotions. Lots of dealing with some really big fallbacks from the last game. Awesome stuff. Thank you, everyone, and thank you all who have come to watch game tonight. We appreciate it. We're going to go through and we're going to go back through these. Now these players are going to talk about themselves and talk about what projects they're up to, what things they are doing, so you can hang out with them more frequently. We are going to mix it up, and we're going to start with Selkie.
Well, hello, I'm Selkie Cove. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Selkie Cove. I'm a model, actress, and singer now, which is pretty damn cool. You can't actually find me on a lot of streams anymore. So this is one of the few places you'll be able to see me consistently, because I happen to love all of these people, and I love having Ren as a GM, so, you know, you guys are stuck with me. No, nothing I can do about that. But all of my socials are Selkie Cove, or Selkie's Cove in the case of Instagram. I'm actually verified in a lot of places now, which is weird. Don't ask me how that feels, because I don't know. But yeah, that's how you know it's the real me. There's a little yeah. So if you want to see my projects, follow me on there. I have a photo shoot meeting this Wednesday and a photo shoot this Wednesday. So that's happening. You might see me in a couple indie films coming up here soon. And you might also see me in a couple of magazines related to a certain competition and not related to a certain competition. So yeah.
Isn't there voting for that going on still?
For the for one of the magazines, yes.
Excellent. So when you go and you follow Selkie Cove, which you should do right now, you should make sure you check through their last couple of posts and find about voting for them so that these cool things that they are working on can get even cooler, and go do that. You can vote every day, and you should, goddammit.
The one election is going to matter this year.
Goddamn right.
Frames and Canadian.
Thank you so much. Next, let's do Mark.
Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your 41-year-old non-binary boy. It's been such a good time to be here. Thank you, everyone. You can check me out on Apocalyptic Unlimited. We've had a stream tonight. We're gonna have some more streams supporting Women's History Month and charities involving women's history. And yeah, come through, check out the Apocalyptic Unlimited. It's an all POC TTRPG co-op. We have streams, we have panels. We just did a Black History Month fundraiser. We got things for Pride coming up. We got some really cool shit happening. I've got a few guests lined up for my podcast, Nunshot, where I interview POC in the TTRPG space about their experiences. And yeah, we are doing it big this year. And once again, it's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to be fans and work with these wonderful people, and Ren as a GM as well. And looking forward to next time.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and please, folks, do yourself a favor. Don't just do anyone else a favor. This is for you. Go check out their streams, their content, the awesome stuff that is going on over there at Apoc Unlimited. It is super dope. Do yourself a favor. And if you are a person of color and want to get involved, get in that Discord. Meet people. Get involved. Right now, community is the most important thing we can do for one another and ourselves. So do that thing. Speaking of community, a wonderful friend of both mine and my wife's for a long time, Mara, why don't you go next?
Hi. I almost said I have been Mara, but I think I still am Mara. I've been Constance tonight. It's been, as always, a pleasure to play with these great folks. I'm just copying my own Linktree link since I'm also Twitch stuff. You can find me mostly here. However, I have a couple of upcoming projects that are going to be airing on the Starfield in April and late May. Doing some Werewolf the Apocalypse and some Apocalypse Keys. Otherwise, yeah, you can find me pretty well everywhere on the internet as Mara F Plays. It has been a delight, and I will now pass it over to Shep.
Hello. I have been Shepherd tonight. I hope everyone is doing well. You can find me over at DruidGeeko1 or GGO1 at most places. The YouTubes, the TikToks, the Blue Sky. And I have some projects coming up in the background, some things that I'm planning, so look out for those. But mostly I'll just be here supporting these amazing creators. And everyone's doing amazing work here. And Ren, thank you for the game, because today was...
Yeah. And I guess that leaves me. Hello, everyone. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, and friends, and hopefully enemies. My name is Ren, aka Wrenound, Wrenound. I'm available on most social medias. If you're interested in this game or other games that I've run or played in, hit up my link tree. I link all of the games that I run or play in right there for your convenience, including if there's episodes you missed. If this is your first episode catching us, it was a doozy, but you can go and you can actually catch all of our episodes live on the internet. Follow me for more posts about when our next game's going to be and the other stuff I'm doing. I make weird gay zines now, so you can actually download those for free off of my itch. Those link is right in my link tree as well. They are all pay what you want. Because I do this for fun, not money. At least that for fun, not money. I am going to be, when this campaign's done, we have a couple of more games left. I'm going to be taking a break and kind of planning my next moves, but I will still be creating more games like this because God do I love it. And I want to thank each and every person that has come here to watch us play this game. You could be anywhere on the internet, hanging out with anyone, and you're hanging out here with us, and I think that's pretty fucking special. We will be seeing you on the 19th of April is our next game. We only have maybe 3 games left, 2 games left, probably. So we are right at the very end of what has been a really dope story, and I do want to do one last quick shout out again. While Omega Jones was not able to continue to play with us, Omega Jones is an incredible part of the story that we are telling together, and even in their absence played an integral part in keeping a player alive today. So please, Crit Bard on social media, go check them out. He makes really dope content, so please go hang out with him as well. Tell him we sent you. For now, folks, please take care of yourself, take care of each other, because if you're not, who the fuck is gonna? And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Stay in the wild alone, no need for a crew. I've got my flaws and bonds and wish you well on your way. Wait, could I extend a quest full of mayhem? There is something dangerous in the plan. This game, it warms my heart, proved in the fire as our walls break down, and the years of brawls, every level better as we raise the bar. And